a little quieter tonight, but a very different story. Early Cards in their last home game of the season as storms whipped through wave country. Thanks for joining us for Wave 3 News at 11 on the time through the area this evening. Meteorologist Andy Weingarten joining us with the latest. You said it was going to be a little bit quieter tonight.
Well, it is compared to what we saw this afternoon, that's for sure. We did have some damage from some of those storms, and there will be a number of surveys done by the National Weather Service in Bullitt County near Mount Washington to see if there were any rotating winds in that area. Lee County also to see one tomorrow. For another couple of hours, wind gusts, though, have come down. They're no longer above 40. We're now getting them mostly in the 20s to around 30 miles per hour. So still breezy out there, and it has obviously turned quite a bit colder. We were in the upper 60s when we saw you at 6 o'clock, or 7 o'clock rather. We are in the low 40s now, and feels like the 30s with those winds. So it's getting colder. It is still a little bit breezy, but things will improve tomorrow as we expect to get some sunshine in weather pattern, and we'll talk more about that. A much quieter weather pattern, and we'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Johnny?
Thanks, Andy. Well, winds over 15 miles an hour in Left County. These photos were sent to us by viewer Jonathan Thomas, and you can see a camper flip its siding ripped off a home and a roof peeled and thrown into Anna. A Walmart store shut down earlier today because of the storms, and you can see two semi-trailers blown winds up to 75 miles an hour. No injuries were reported, but the National Weather Service has confirmed 1 hour. Well, you can stay ahead of the storm all night with the free Wave 3 News and Weather app. In the app, you'll find real-time radar and get watches and warnings right when also a factor tonight for football fans. It caused a delay during the Cards' final home game. Wave 3 Sports Director Ken Taylor has some.
This game felt like it started in the spring and ended in the winter. That huge storm coming in that we've been talking about all week. It hit early in the 3-minute weather delay. We kind of thought that we might have it, so what we did is we came in the locker room, I put in the next, and I just went in and told the players that, hey, relax.
I was just on my phone a lot, Twitter, surfing the internet.
With the weather delay? Yeah. Relaxing. When he was on the field, he was far from asleep. Lamar Jackson, another monster performance because Drews ran for 111.
You could say technology has changed everything, but the truth is,
what?
You did. You demanded more. That's why Wave 3 News app.
Yeah, a little bit.
On Roku, Amazon Fire, and the Alexa skill on Amazon Echo. Local news, live and on demand. Because you expect more, and you expect it right now.
I'll be back in a minute, y'all.
Alexa skill on Amazon Echo. Local news, live and on demand. Because you expect more. And you expect it right now from Wave 3 News.
Right now, and what's coming your way. That's what you get from Wave 3 News, and we're proud that Alpha Media radio stations are part of the TFM for the forecast and more.
The shock and pain of a serious accident can bring life to a halt. 30 years ago, I went to law school to help people. With the law and help recovering what is lost is the most important.
Norton Children's Hospital home and BMW raffle. Susan Barrio won a BMW. The grand prizes were revealed tonight in Giant Snowball, hosted by our own Shannon Koch, Health Norton's neonatal intensive care unit. Congratulations to the winners. Well, tonight, a fund raises money for a number of veteran causes, including assistance for those with PTSD. This was the final of 8 celebrating vets, those in active duty, and their families. When Middle Tennessee hit by own this afternoon, this was the scene in one neighborhood just east of Nashville. It was confirmed that a tornado of 3 counties, no injuries have been reported. That's good news. Taking a look.
Fortunately, well warned out in advance. Take cover and keep things to a minimum. Can't do much about the damage, but you can keep yourself safe. And the showers have rapidly moved through about mid-evening and has really dried up over the last hour or so as the drier, colder air is rushing in now on winds from the northwest, where they were from the south most of the day. They're from the west and northwest now, and it's quite a bit colder. Now, there's still technically a wind advisory out for another hour and 45 minutes or so. It will be allowed to expire 1 a.m. on Sunday. We're still seeing a few wind gusts, really not getting to that criteria too often, and in fact, these are gusts, not even sustained winds, are in the teens and 20s out. On down as this thing moves out pretty quickly. Temperatures certainly have cooled off from mid and upper 60s earlier in the day. We're in the low 40s for the most of the suburbs. Rainfall in the county, generally around quarter to a half inch with that line that came through in the late afternoon and early evening hours. Not a big deal on the rain gauge. So we hit 67 today, and our current reading in the low 40s are going to be quite a bit cooler, it looks like, during the day tomorrow. The last batch of rain moving through. There's coverage area late tonight, but it will be during the morning hours for the most part when skies begin to clear on out. And they should do so. And actually several days of fairly cool weather, but high pressure dominated, so we should not see any big storms. There's your... Second thing, as we go into tomorrow morning, basically mid-morning, cloud cover right along I-65. Should be sunny to the west, and we'll all get sunny for a time in the afternoon. And I think most of Tuesday looks pretty good as well. Now, we're going to be a little cooler than normal. Still only see highs in the 50s, but at least it will not be raining. And from tonight, which we will do, over the next couple of hours, the rains are coming to an end. We'll be in the mid-30s, and
he can't stop talking.
For a couple of days early next week, and then as we get closer to Thanksgiving, we're back in the 40s. But the next several days are now looking dry.
Why did the bad weather have to happen during the last...
Light one way or another, so why not? We'll be bringing some rain. He still did pretty well from what I hear.
Yeah, that looked rough out there, though. Well, coming up for the cars, maybe not for the and the Hoosiers there today.